Some people are born with traits so rare that even doctors are left stunned. From people with baffling conditions to those who shattered all medical odds, these stories prove that wonders can emerge in the most unimaginable ways. In this video, we uncover 15 bizarre humans you wouldn't believe existed. Each person's story is a reminder that being different is what makes life genuinely remarkable. So strap in and let's meet some of the world's most unique humans. Number 15. Austin Halls. Austin was born with Mobius syndrome. It's a rare condition that paralyzes the facial muscles. In simple words, like you and me, he can't smile, can't frown, and can't raise his eyebrows. For years, he struggled with basic things like eating, breathing, and even being understood. After 4 major surgeries, he learned how to smile. But for him, expression came long before his face could show it, through music. He writes, sings, and produces songs that let his heart speak. "Music is how I show people who I am," he says. He's now in the studio recording his latest track, Still I Rise, with his producer Tyler, who says Austin's talent is undeniable. Vocally, he delivers. Emotionally, he connects. He's not just good for someone with a condition. He's good, period. Austin isn't trying to be inspiring. He just wants to be seen, heard, and taken seriously as an artist. His condition doesn't define his music. It deepens it. With every verse he records, Austin proves that expression is far more than a face. It's soul, and it's everything. Number 14. Abru. At 24, Abru lives with an arteriovenous malformation, which is a rare tangle of blood vessels that's grown across his face, impossible to ignore. He's been hospitalized countless times, and surgeons still haven't found a safe way to remove the terrifyingly painful growth. But while medicine searches for answers, Abru's finding his own. He leans on creativity. He dances, cracks jokes, shows up, and somehow holds on to joy. His condition draws stares, but he doesn't let that write his story. He paints his days with humor and resilience. He knows the limitations, but he refuses to be defined by them. At his appointments, he remains patient. At home, he remains expressive. This is a face that can't smile, but still finds ways to speak loudly. Abru's presence alone challenges what people think beauty, strength, and courage look like. He's not waiting for a miracle. He's making the most of every breath in the meantime. Because even when life writes you a hard script, Abru shows you can still dance through it. Number 13. Chastity Young. Chastity was born with tetra amelia syndrome. But that's not the news, because Chastity's never let her physical differences write her story. At 37, she's a disability advocate, content creator, and total powerhouse. She welcomed cameras into her home to show her morning routine, and what might seem unusual to some is just life to her. She checks TikTok, replies to followers, gets help from her sister with breakfast, and starts her day with affirmations. Her confidence is real, earned, and unshakable. "I started making content about my disability in 2016, she says. "Not everyone does things the same way, and that's okay." Chastity doesn't want sympathy. She wants representation, conversation, and the freedom to live fully in her own way. Watching her move through the morning with ease and grace is a reminder. Resilience isn't flashy. It's quiet, grounded, and built one routine at a time. Chastity's life isn't limited. It's bold and her own. Number 12. Brittany and Angelica. Well, it's a simple fact. Making a name in the modeling world is brutal, and it's even tougher for trans women like Brittany and Angelica, who've faced non-stop judgment just for existing. One of the biggest stigmas is people thinking we're mentally unstable or crazy, Brittany said. They think we're gold diggers or trying to steal their man. Calling themselves the Barbie besties, the two bonded after meeting in person and getting butt injections together. Between them, They've spent over $200,000 on plastic surgery, and they genuinely don't care about the criticism. "Why does me doing this affect you at all?" Angelica said. "You don't know anything about me, so suck it." Their friendship became their armor, matching outfits, shared appointments, and the determination to build careers in an industry that still tries to shut them out. Despite everything thrown at them, they stay loud, visible, and unapologetic. They're not chasing approval. They're carving out space, one unapologetic pose at a time. They are cool. Number 11. Inga. Inga was born with upper limb aplasia. She has no arms, but that hasn't slowed her one bit. Right now, she's studying philosophy and criminal justice at the University of Pittsburgh, juggling classes and assignments like anyone else. The only difference? She does everything with her feet. From eating to brushing her hair, doing her makeup, even playing the cello, Inga's toes are her hands, and she's mastered them. Watching her open a laptop, swipe through her phone, or apply lipstick isn't just impressive, it's a lesson in pure adaptability. She doesn't want pity. She wants the possibility. She's focused, driven, and showing the world that ability doesn't come from limbs. It comes from mindset. When you see Inga wrap her foot around a pencil to take notes in class or strum a melody on the cello, it's not just talent. It's tenacity. And it makes one thing crystal clear. Inga's not here to be limited. She's here to live. This 25 know how to live. Number 10. Jose. Jose was born in Ciudad Juarez with a creepy tumor that stretched across his shoulder and neck, pushing into his face and threatening his heart. His family couldn't afford medical care, and hospital after hospital turned them away. They were out of options. One afternoon, Jose offered to help a church group carry groceries. That simple act of kindness changed his entire life. The group saw him and acted. Homeland Security got involved, and within days, armored cars arrived to escort Jose and his family across the border to safety, away from cartel-heavy streets and into medical care in Albuquerque. He still hides his face when he speaks, unsure how people will respond. But he smiles when asked what he wants to do once the tumor's gone. "Play soccer," he says. "Maybe ride a bike." That's not just a wish. It's the kind of dream that reminds you he's not a headline. He's a kid, and all he really wants is to run, not a fancy car. Number 9. Mohammed Fazil Irfan. Fazil wasn't expected to live beyond 3 days. Now he's 19, alive, determined, and pushing past every expectation doctors once had. Born with recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa, EB for short, his skin blisters at the slightest touch. Turning in bed, stretching an arm, even waking up comes with pain. His mornings start with hours of skin wrapping, just to protect his body for the day ahead. But through it all, Mohammed remains upbeat, kind, and driven. He has a wicked sense of humor and a passion for raising awareness. He dreams of a cure, not just for himself, but for every person silently suffering through EB. He doesn't want the spotlight for his struggles. He wants to shift it towards solutions. Despite his condition, he's not fragile. He's fierce. With every day he wakes up and chooses to keep going, he proves something powerful. Strength isn't about what you can lift. It's about what you carry, quietly, every day. Number 8. The girl with the massive leg. Mahogany used to avoid mirrors. That's because lymphedema had turned one of her legs into something the world couldn't look away from. The swelling made jeans difficult, walking painful, and confidence felt unreachable. At times, she felt like a spectacle. "A freak of nature," she once said. But she didn't stay in hiding. She started wrapping her leg each day. She began posting photos, then videos. And slowly, she stepped into the light. Shopping is still tough for her. She'll grab the largest size, hope it fits one leg, and just make it work. But fashion became her armor. "I want people to say, yeah, she's got a big leg, but that outfit? That was fire. Today, she's modeling, speaking out, and showing other girls with lymphedema that beauty doesn't require symmetry. She still gets stares, but now she stares back, with lashes on, lipstick done, and her head held high. She doesn't want pity, she wants to be seen, and she's finally doing it. Number 7. Beatrice Pugliese. Beatrice was born with something so rare, only 1 in 500,000 people experience it. She had a massive nevus birthmark that covered over 80% of her body. In São Paulo, she began surgeries as an infant, more than 30 in total, to remove areas at high risk for cancer. But even when the scars multiplied, Beatrice's spirit never shrank. Her family encouraged her to show her skin, not hide it. As she grew older, that confidence rooted itself deep. She became a biologist. She married a guy named Felipe, whom she met during the World Cup in 2014. And she joined a yearly gathering of people across Brazil who also have nevus marks. It's a space for support, not shame. Beatrice never chased likes, but she's become a role model anyway. Not because of her skin, but because of how she wears it. People asked if she ever wished she looked different. She doesn't. "This is how I came into the world," she says, "and I've learned to love every inch of it." Number 6. The Space Goblin in Love. Alice Karen never cared about blending in. At 24, her style is a full collision of neon color, chains, body paint, sharp eyeliner, and alien chic chaos. Some days she's lime green. Others, it's cartoon lips, metallic teeth, or facial spikes. People stare. People talk. She's heard every insult they can throw. And still, she walks out the door. Louder, brighter, freer. This isn't cosplay. It's not performance. Alice is just being herself. She started organizing meetups for people who dress too weird to fit in, creating a space for those tired of toning it down. Her boyfriend, Nicholas, couldn't be more opposite. Quiet, neutral clothes, soft energy. But he adores her. They walk side by side through town, unbothered by gawkers. Alice isn't asking for applause. She's not performing for social media. She's just existing, boldly, loudly, honestly. And if her look feels like a costume to you, that's fine. To her, it's simply the most accurate outfit she owns. Number 5. Yessie. Yessie stopped looking in mirrors sometime in her teens. Standing just under 3 feet tall, living with dystrophic dysplasia, she knew what people saw. First cute, then strange, and eventually nothing at all. Her joints ache, her body hurts, but the hardest part? The silence. The way people ignored her like she wasn't even there. So she fought back, not with filters or makeup, but with purpose. She became a licensed psychotherapist. Every day, she helps others unpack trauma while carrying her own. Her younger sister, Celia, only slightly taller, teaches full-time. Together, they've claimed space the world tried to erase. They laugh, support each other, and navigate a society never built with their bodies in mind. Now, Yessie's applying for the Guinness record as the world's shortest practicing therapist. "We're smart. Use your brain," she reminds her sister. "They're not here to inspire you. They're here because they belong, fully and boldly." Number 4. Willie Murphy. This powerlifter from Rochester, New York, didn't start weight training until her early 70s. What started as a fitness routine quickly became a serious pursuit. By the time she turned 81, she was competing in powerlifting events and breaking records in her age group for bench pressing and deadlifting. In one competition, she lifted 225 pounds. Her name went viral in 2019 when, at age 82, she stopped a home intruder using her strength to pin him down until police arrived. Willie trains 3 times a week and still enters competitions. Her journey proves that aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. She's a clear example that strength, independence, and discipline don't come with an expiration date. Willie has become a role model for older adults, especially women who've been told it's too late. Her story isn't about breaking norms. It's about never letting them decide your limits. And that mindset is what keeps her going. She isn't old. Number 3, the family that redefined hair. Some families pass down heirlooms. Benny Harlem passed down height of hair. In 2017, Benny and his daughter Jackson earned a Guinness World Record for the tallest natural high-top fade ever recorded, 20.5 inches. Their photos went viral almost instantly, their towering crowns becoming a bold symbol of pride and identity in Black culture. But beneath the image was something deeper: fatherhood, self-worth, and resilience. Benny grew up in New York without a father figure. That absence pushed him to become one. He taught Jackson to love her natural beauty and wear it with pride. Together, they launched a brand focused on natural hair care, posting tutorials and positive messaging that reached millions. Some doubted their authenticity. Others claimed the photos were fake. But Benny and Jackson met every camera, every interview, every accusation, with grace and proof. For them, hair isn't a look. It's history, it's armor, and it's the legacy they choose to build, one strand, one story, and one tall hairstyle at a time. Number 2, Isabella Leclerc. Isabella lives with Parkes-Weber syndrome, a condition that causes severe swelling, mostly in her right leg. By her teens, the leg had grown so heavy it changed everything: what she wore, how she moved, and how the world reacted. But she never hid. She wore a swimsuit, snapped a photo, and posted it. Not for attention, not to make a point, but simply because she felt okay in her own skin. That image traveled fast, and her story reached people who needed to see someone living boldly, without apology. She began entering pageants and even earned the title of First Princess. Her sister calls her fearless, but Isabella sees it as honesty. This is her body, and she's living in it. She knows there's no cure. She knows people stare, some ask questions, but she doesn't flinch. "If I had the chance to change it," she once said, "I wouldn't." Because strength isn't always loud. It's being truly who you are without shame. Now let's end this with Number 1, Richard Sandrak. Born on April 15, 1992 in Ukraine, Richard moved to the U.S. at age 2 with his parents, Pavlo and Lena Sandrak. Fitness ran deep in the family. His father was a martial arts champion, his mother a former aerobics competitor. By age 6, Richard was reportedly bench pressing 180 pounds. At 8, he lifted over 210. His incredible strength and shredded physique drew worldwide attention after the 2005 documentary, The World's Strongest Boy. But behind the spotlight was a lonely upbringing. He was homeschooled, had few friends, and trained under a strict routine that blurred the line between passion and pressure. In 2003, his father was arrested for assaulting his mother and was later deported to Ukraine. Richard distanced himself from both bodybuilding and his past. He later described those years as emotionally traumatic and shifted toward balanced exercise and a quieter life in Los Angeles. Though proud of what he achieved, Richard has worked to reshape his identity far beyond physical strength. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.